Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me for another Plenty video. Today we are doing our January updates, a little bit late this month, but if you know, you know. We're doing it now and I'm so excited to kind of take you through my collection and show you everything that has been going on, some good and some not so good. If you're new here, welcome. I do these monthly videos where I show all of the new leaves, blooms, anything exciting that's happening in my collection. And I have been sick the past few weeks. I'm recovered now, but I was sick, so my plants were really suffering because of that. I've got my crap together now. I'm all caught up with watering and everything, but there is obviously still some sad plants because they were fending for themselves for a minute. Anyways, I'm so glad to be back. I'm so happy to be feeling 100% again. So yeah, let's just hop into the video. Okay, we're gonna start over here with the hanging plants. Nothing too crazy going on. The Mathilde did have a peduncle that unfortunately dried off. A lot of y'all spotted it in my 2023 goals video. This plant has like 50 peduncles, but none of them have ever bloomed for me. They always just dry off, so one day. My hanging plants here are all doing very well. I have this grow light here now, which is unsightly, yes, but it is working so well. I've never seen these plants so happy here. Everybody's growing. Yeah, literally new growth on all of these plants, except for the Shepherdii, maybe. That one's not getting like a ton of light from the grow light, but it is getting some, so hopefully it will start growing soon. Linearis though, oh my goodness, all the vines are growing. I actually need to chop soon because look how long she's getting. She's gonna be touching the floor soon. So that is on my list. I have so much on my plant chores list, you guys. It's absolutely insane. And I also got new bedding, which I'm so in love with. I talk about this in my next video. My next video is a spend the day with me. It's like kind of vlog style, but also plant chores. And the plants that I'm working with in that video are in the bedroom. So a lot of them I talk about more in the video that you'll see go up on Friday. And I'm really excited to post that video because I worked hard on it and I'm really happy with how it came out. So hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed yet. Okay, so the plants along the windowsill probably took the worst hit, I would say, of all my collection, and that's because I had my blinds pulled like down to here, so I couldn't even see them. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, like the poor Vitterifolium had a new leaf coming in that just like didn't turn into anything because it was not getting any water. Polyneura, not too bad, but definitely not any new growth because of that. My compactas are doing not bad after the sulfur treatment. I did get some new growth here and here, I believe, so I'm really curious to see if these are going to turn around for me. These are both struggle Hoya. The one that did the best with the neglect and underwatering was definitely my silver dollar vine. Like, this thing is so tough. It did not miss a beat. Like, it still looks phenomenal. This mixed pot philodendron definitely didn't do great with the underwatering, but hopefully I will be able to get this looking better over time. And I also did move my thing. Oh my goodness, look at all the dead fungus gnats in my windowsill. I need to clean those out. I did move my variegated Thanksgiving cactus here. It fell off of that shelf because there's not really a great spot for it, so I thought maybe I would try transitioning it to natural light now because I eventually do want to just grow it in natural light so that I can get blooms one day. We have tiny growth there, so hopefully that will come out nice for us. We have this beautiful leaf on my Campos Fortuanum. I love it so much. Monstera Oreo mother plant trying to put out a new leaf here. I can't wait to see that. Also have a beautiful new leaf on my Philodendron Glorious. This plant is really, really growing on me. I was very partial to the Splendid for a long time, but the Glorious is looking so good. So yeah, she's really doing something to me lately. I actually have recently gotten a couple of wishlist plants that I have not shown on here yet, so I might as well show them now. This is the first one. This is an Aglaonema Manila's Pride. I was having a really hard time finding one. I really wanted one, and I found this one on North Shore Tropicals, and it didn't have this leaf at the time, so, you know, there was only really this small spot of white variegation and then some, like, lighter patches on some of the leaves. But it didn't look phenomenal. Anyways, I talked to my friend Ashley and she's like, I think that you should get it. I'm sure that you can bring the variegation back and it'll end up being a beautiful plant. So I was like, okay, twist my rubber arm. So I bought it. This was like, oh my goodness, December, I think, maybe like the beginning of December. It was like a couple of months ago now. So I ended up getting it, obviously, and this is the new leaf that is coming in. Do y'all see that variegation on there? Like, oh my goodness, I am so happy that it came out variegated. I'm feeling very fortunate for that because like I said, I felt like this is a bit of a risk, but now I'm feeling better about it and I can't wait to watch it grow. It is so beautiful. And this is the only Aglaonema in my collection, so I'm really excited to be trying out a new genus, and it's doing really well so far. It is still in sphagnum moss. It has tons of roots though, so I need to repot this. I'll probably be doing that soon. I haven't done a repotting video in so long, just like a, you know, repot and chat with me, so I think that that's probably going to be coming up because I do have repotting to do, and yeah, I just haven't done that style of video in a while. I moved my Thai constellation up here again. It was down on the floor, but I moved it up because it just, I don't know, it's never doing anything and it's so annoying. I thought I would try it up here again, give it, you know, different lighting situation, and we'll see what happens. I've basically mentally given up on this plant. Like, I will still try and I'll still hang on to it for a while, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not too attached anymore. Variegated Adansonii has really been suffering. Yeah, it looks awful. It's actually on my list to completely chop this plant up and propagate it, and hopefully I can grow some like new healthy ones from that. And then, you guys, we have another wish list plant that I got that I haven't really talked about yet or shown anywhere, except for Patreon, I guess. So this is a Monstera Oreo that I purchased during Black Friday. It was on sale, so I decided to just go for it. It was just this one leaf with a growth point, obviously, which has started growing, and it's pushing out a new leaf, you guys. Wait, you can't really see. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to see this new leaf. Y'all don't even know. I'm so hyped about it. Every day I'm like checking on it and looking at it. So yeah, really curious to see how that's going to come out. This is also from North Shore Tropicals and also growing in moss. Very rooted in there though, so again, this is one that can be repotted. I will wait until that leaf comes out, but yeah. If anyone has a Monstera Oreo, please leave me your care tips. I've been playing around with lighting a little bit. One of my friends told me that having it closer to a grow light will make the variegation come out more yellow, so that's why I have it like pretty high up. It sits right there, so it's pretty high up on the shelf. It gets a lot of light from my Soltech light there, and since I moved it up there, that's when the leaves started emerging, so I think that it's happy, but yeah, I'm just so curious to see what that variegation is going to look like. I have so much new growth coming out on my Hoya waliniana UT152. Like, I can't even believe how much growth is coming out. Should I take her down? Should I take her down? Okay, I'm taking her down. I'm taking her down. She had mealybugs and I treated her, and now look how happy she is. Like, oh my goodness, this is such a full Hoya. It's insane. Do you see how purple the leaves are coming in too? Like, the sun stressing on this plant is so gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my goodness, this is definitely one of my top Hoya. Like, yeah, wow, I love it. And such a prolific bloomer as well. She's bloomed for me so many times. Definitely highly recommend that Hoya. Something that's new in here is my Staghorn fern. It's not new, it just moved in here from my kitchen because it was just, it's been going downhill basically the whole time I've lived here because it just hasn't been getting optimal lighting. So I decided to move it into here. Let's move that syndapsis a little bit. Decided to move it into here so that it can be under my Soltech light again. I have it just like kind of around the top of the wooden plank there, which actually works really well. So yeah, I just have it there for now. I might put a hook in the wall like around this region eventually, but yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to do better here. I was just getting like constant dead leaves and not a lot of new growth, so I'm trying to turn this around because I really do love this plant, and this is also one of my first plants that I got when I was first getting into plants, and I mounted it onto the cork myself and everything, and it was just like a really fun, exciting project for me, so I do want to see it do well. Thai pink lipstick has been growing like crazy. Like, oh my goodness, this is, you know, not trailing so much when I got it, so there's tons of new growth. Look at all of these vines coming out. Yeah, she's very happy. Frydek is still not doing anything. I'm kind of concerned, you guys. If you watched my alocasia collection video, I was talking about how this hasn't grown for me since like the beginning of the summertime. I repotted it and it just hasn't been happy since then. I thought I would move it back in here because it used to be so happy in this exact spot, just getting like light from each of these grow lights, but it's not doing anything. Like I thought I would get a new leaf or something, but it's literally doing nothing. All it's doing is slowly losing leaves. So I don't know what to do. I'm so sad about it. I mean, I can just start a baby over again, but I've been growing this for years now and it's gotten so big, and yeah, I'll just be sad to lose this guy. But yeah, it's really not looking promising. And then over here we have my big verrucosum leaf. I was showing this in, I think when I was going over my 2022 goals, that video, because the verrucosum was one of my 2022 goals. So I was showing what it looked like now, and this new leaf was still furled, like it was just emerging in that video, and this is the result. This is how it came out. This is the biggest verrucosum leaf I've ever grown in my care. Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. This plant is growing wild though. If you look at this, like this is the like base of the plant here, growing up this moss pole, and then I decided to air layer, and then it came out super leggy, so it's going like, look at this internodal spacing, it's massive. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I mean I might just cut this node and just have this as like a one leaf cutting, because this is just way too long. And then it came over here, it's just like hanging out in this serpens. I thought maybe I would get like some rootage if it just hangs out in the moss there, so I'm just letting it. And then it gave me this gorgeous leaf, and then it's shooting back up here, and she's pregnant again. So I'm just kind of letting her go wild until I'm able to tame her. Like I said, I have such a long list of plant chores, so those will be coming. We're going to be taking on a lot of projects together, but right now a lot of my plants are just wild. And what else did I want to show you? Oh yeah, this is how the new serpens leaf came out. Let me try to show you from a good angle here. There we go. Oh, so pretty. They're so like satiny, the finish on these. Like, it is just gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, I love it so much. They usually have a lot of extra floral nectaries though, so they're usually sticky. But yeah, that's the hairy petiole right there. Oh, she's so gorgeous. And Calathea getting ready to push out another one as well. Oh, I do have something really cool to show you with this Majestic. Okay, so hard to find places to put the camera in this room, but hopefully this will work. So as y'all know, I took two beautiful cuttings of my Philodendron Majestic quite some time ago now. Like, this has been in here for way too long. Look how rooted it is. I need to pot these soon. But one of the cuttings was two leaves coming out of the same node. Let me grab it to show you. And I didn't even think about this when I made the cut. I just really wanted this beautiful leaf, so I just didn't even think about it. I chopped, it has sulfur on it by the way, but these leaves are absolutely gorgeous. I made the chop and didn't even think about the fact that it had this small leaf coming out of the same node right here. So I got a couple comments. I'm actually surprised I didn't get more comments, but I got like, I don't know, a couple comments of people saying, oh, isn't that a spent node? Like, I don't think that that's gonna grow for you. And I was like, oh shoot, like, yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it's gonna grow for me either. Because my understanding was always like, you get two leaves out of a node and that's it. But you guys, I'm honestly shocked to see new growth coming out right there. Like, what? That is crazy. I was contemplating just throwing this in the compost because I was like, oh, it's never gonna grow. Like, I might as well just focus on the other cutting that I have. But just because of my neglect, I left it sitting in there for so long. And then, yeah, now it started growing. It's giving me it's pushing out a new vine from there. So how crazy is that? I mean, maybe it's not crazy, but I just didn't think that this was going to give me a new growth point. So I am just thrilled about that. I actually need to fill this up with water right now. Like I said, those are way overdue to be repotted. On my list, we have the new leaf on my Philodendron Narrow here. Oh my goodness, it's starting to unfurl. I just gave it a spray with my mister because it was looking kind of stuck, and it looks like that's helped a lot. It's really loosened up. So looking forward to seeing that like fully come out. Also have some new leaves coming in on my Hoya quinquenervia. If you can see those little guys right there, which is very cool. That's a Hoya that I've really been into lately. Also getting a ton of new growth on my Hoya croniana super silver, and it's so pretty. Like, wow, I love it so much. mostly on this vine, although there were some coming out like near the middle, I think. But yeah, wow. Honestly, a dream Hoya. It is just beautiful. And in my little cute pot that my friend Jen made. Baby choco leaf. And some corms coming up here, and I think that that one is Alocasia Black Velvet, you guys, which is really great because that gives me another chance. How many chances do I need to grow Alocasia Black Velvet? A lot, apparently. Not sure what that one is, either Dragon Scale or Frydek, probably. I think that that is everything new and exciting in here. Oh shoot, I forgot about my chai. We have a new leaf coming in on my Philodendron McDowell here. This is a little decoration that my friend Shannon made. She baked a cake for my 100,000 subscribers. And this was a little decoration that was in the cake, so I just have it hanging out in here. Isn't it like the cutest thing ever? Would y'all believe that I still have not opened my silver play button? Oh my goodness, it arrived Christmas Eve and I was so excited to open it, and then I got sick. Now that I'm better, I can finally open it. I think I'm gonna do it today and film that video, so yeah, I'm so excited for that. That's how you know I was unwell, when I didn't even unbox that. Anyways, we have a new leaf coming in on my McDowell. Not sure what, oh, I think that's just part of the caterpillar that's on it. Yeah, I honestly toy with getting rid of this plant like every week. I'm always like, okay, that's it, I'm just getting rid of it, and then it starts growing and then I end up keeping it and blah 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 blah. So he's skating on thin ice, but yeah, he is beautiful, and I see pictures of other people's and I'm like, wow, like once they get really big, they're just so stunning. I'm just hoping I've moved into a house by the time he starts getting really big. Oh yeah, and if you're noticing that this is different, it's because it is. I moved my Tinanthe over here, and I moved my Hoya sigillatus to the windowsill. Those used to be all on the edge here, but I just kind of wanted more space, and I also needed a place to put my books and stuff, so I did that in a vlog that's going to be going up on my vlog channel. But yeah, like I said, Tinanthe is over here. I still need to chop this up and give it its makeover. It's just hanging out there waiting. I think I'm going to be chopping up my Monstera Oreo and trying it up a pole because I don't know, I might do both. I might have a trailing and a pole one, but yeah, I just want to see how big I can get the leaves because I love Adansonii so much. This is the new leaf on my Amedrium that is coming out, little cutie pie. I don't think that there's anything like too crazy going on in this section, honestly. There was this crazy flower here. Look at it now. Oh my goodness, it needs to come off. There we go. Ooh, it looks so weird. Yeah, there was that crazy flower on there, which was incredible. That totally made my day when that bloomed. Syngonium albo is growing off the top of the bamboo stake, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Also keeps giving me white leaves, which just die off after like a month, which is kind of sad. I'm glad there's some green on this one. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably gonna have to like chop and prop this, and I don't know. A while ago I cut up my pink splash Syngonia into a bunch of propagations and put it into my prop box. I don't know, I think that they might have all died, honestly, which is really sad because I had a cool idea to pot my albo and my pink splash Syngonium together and have like a beautiful mixed pot, but yeah, I don't know. There might be a wet stick still in there, but I kind of think that I lost them all. Oh yeah, this is the newest leaf on my Calathea Warshawixia. You guys know I really want to work on this plant this year, so really happy with how this leaf came out. It is just so pretty. Also, my ping back here still doing really well. I don't talk about that plant a lot because it's just kind of like hidden back here, but I love it. Like, I really want more of them. They're so cool, and especially when I see other people's bloom, it's just the cutest thing ever. Y'all know me, I love blooms. Okay, over here on my forest setup, everybody is doing pretty well. I recently gave my Philodendron Rio a makeover on my Patreon and gave it this cute little trellis and everything. It's in a terracotta pot now, so it's been really happy with that. And the leaves are just like, yeah, they're coming out really pretty now that it's under a grow light. I love like the pinky tones. So I've really been loving that one lately. And then we got this new leaf on my Alocasia cuprea. I keep thinking I'm seeing bugs on my plants. It got so neglected and dried out, and it still pushed out this beautiful leaf, and it's massive, and it's just like, oh my goodness. I love when cuprea leaves are nice and fresh because they're so just like, I don't know what the word is, like sleek and like shiny, and yeah, they're just like so fresh. Oh my goodness. Who else is here? I moved my rat tail onto here as well recently because I wanted it to be under a grow light for the winter. he seems happy. Also moved my black pagoda lipstick plant under there. I just kind of have it like jimmied on there. And that's because it was doing so poorly. Like, yeah, it started just dropping a bunch of leaves and they were getting all weird and gross. So I think it was because it was too close to the heat vent. So I moved it over here. Hopefully it will start bouncing back. The other really exciting thing that is going on here is the new leaf on my Philodendron. I'm shook at how massive this is. You guys, let me back up. Okay, so it's this one. So keep your eye on that one. Look how long that is. It's 2.5 feet long, my friends. I could not believe it when it started coming out. And it's crazy because, you know, how anthurium leaves come in, they start really tiny and then they expand. They come in so tiny that I never expect them to get this long. Like, yeah, and especially because it was, you know, a neglectful period and everything. I was just so surprised that this came out. It was lower. I think it was there in that pot before. And I had to move it up here because the leaf was hitting the plants down here. And that's why it got kind of like warped around here. So I had to move it up because it just didn't have enough space. And it's still almost, like, it's almost hitting the gloriosum again. It's so crazy. I'm gonna have to move it up to that one next, I guess. But yeah, wow. That's all I have to say about this anthurium is wow. It blows my mind. It's incredible. Yeah, I'm always saying if this is on your wish list, like, get it as soon as possible because it's so worth it. Like, yeah, it's just so cool. We have a new leaf on my Billy here, and I've been enjoying this Billy Etier so much lately. Ever since I got on the pole, actually, it's just like looking so good. It's gorgeous, and yeah, I'm just loving this leaf so much. Such a hardy plant, such a hardy plant. I always say that these are great for beginners. They're just so easy. New leaf on my gloriosum here, which is very exciting. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. Oh my goodness, yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait until she completely opens up. This was the last one, and this is one of my favorite leaves in my whole collection now. I love it so much. El Choco is actually working on a new leaf. She's pregnant, I should say. Oh my goodness. It's kind of hard to pull plants out of here. The cataphyll is like very, very full, so I think that something's going to start emerging soon, and I just can't wait for that. Going to be an exciting day. I just watered this last night, so it's kind of heavy. My splendid here that I did the chop and extend method. I was air layering this for a long time on that mother plant right there, and the air layering didn't take, and I think it was because the nodes were so old. Like, they were not so old, but they just like weren't fresh nodes that I was trying to air layer. So I got like a tiny bit of roots, but nothing really happened, honestly, and I still decided to chop it. I'll link the video down below if you're interested in watching it. Still decided to chop it, and it's actually still hanging on, which I'm so thankful for. This was a new leaf that was emerging when I chopped it, and this is how it came out. It doesn't look phenomenal, but honestly it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna look. And then this was one that got pushed out afterwards. It still doesn't look amazing, but yeah, this plant is just trying to get back on its feet, you know? I'm excited to see what comes in the future because now we have all this space on the moss pole, and yeah, we'll see when he decides to start growing again for me. Let me pull this gal out of here to talk to you about her. Okay, so last night I was just going to remove some of the damaged leaves on my Begonia Thurstonia because this is a plant that really suffered from my underwatering. Like, I find that she's thirsty and I really have to stay on top of it, but I was not on top of it, obviously. And the leaves started getting this like really, it looked like this type of damage. But in like large chunks all over the leaves. So I just wanted to remove the ones that were really damaged because obviously I wasn't happy with them, and I was like, oh, it'll just, you know, it'll promote more growth. So I wanted to do like a light pruning. And this plant used to be coming off of that bamboo stake, and then I ended up like just taking off like 80% of the plant. But I'm happy with that decision because this grows so fast, and I just really want it to all be like lush, beautiful leaves because it is so beautiful when the leaves are in good condition. So I just would rather start it over and have the leaves all nice. This is a cutting that I just put back into the soil, and then the rest are propagating in water. I'll show you them after. They're in the kitchen. But we have lots of new growth, and you know, I'm not worried. It does suck though because this was like big and beautiful, and now it's just small and beautiful. But it will grow. It will catch up. Honestly, I bet by spring this will be grown to the top again. It grows that fast. And begonias really do need to be pruned. That's how they'll like bush out and get full, so they don't mind being cut. Oh yeah, okay, so this is the spot that I ended up picking for my Philodendron Tortum. I mean, my space is limited, I didn't have a lot of options, but this was the spot that seemed to work the best. The last video I posted was talking about my experience with this plant, repotting it and getting it on a bamboo stake. So yeah, this is where he is now. He gets some light from this grow light, some light from the grow light up there, and then when the windows open, like as we go into spring, he will be getting some like sun, and this spot gets a lot brighter. So looking forward to, you know, spring, obviously. But yeah, I think that he's going to be happy there, and I'm excited to see how he does. Can anybody else not believe how much my Scindapsus has grown on this plant wall? Like, I did not think that this was going to be the one that grew the most, and it's just so long. I'm going to be cutting this soon because it's just like obviously trailing right onto the couch, and I kind of want them to be like more even, you know? Like, yeah, I just think that will look nicer, so I'll probably cut it off around there and just propagate those. I actually think that I'm going to be putting those cuttings into here because these are empty, and I think it'll just look pretty having them kind of trail. I don't even know if I'm going to pot them back into the mother. I might just grow them in water and have them being like ornamental there. So yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I'm just so impressed with this Scindapsus, honestly. Like, yeah, what a great plant. Okay, let's move into the plants in the kitchen. So I wanted to test out one of these like little grow lights like this. They're just like individual plants, and you just stick them into the pot. Would not work well for a big plant, but for a smaller plant I think it's fine. Anyways, I decided the perfect candidate for it was my Begonia Gray Feather, because if you watched my goals video, I said that I really wanted to rehab this plant this year and just like start it over and, you know, have it be beautiful again. So I thought I would just supplement the lighting to kind of like get it stronger and maybe get some nicer leaves before I decide to chop it all up. So it's just kind of hanging out here under its grow light, and we do have a new leaf coming out there. So I'm excited to see what that looks like, because I think that'll be the new leaf since giving it this grow light. Another one that's gonna come in there. I love begonia new leaves. That's like one of my favorite things about them, is how the new leaves come in like all scrunchy and cute. Like this. Oh my goodness. These are the Begonia Thurstonia cuttings I was talking about. So some of them have leaves and some of them just have like baby leaves coming in, which I don't know if those ones are gonna root and survive. But yeah, all the cuttings are just hanging out there, kind of getting some light from the grow light as well. I should probably move them somewhere brighter though, honestly. I'm just like so tight for space, it's difficult. Along here, not too much is happening. My peperomia is literally like the toughest plant ever. This peperomia parallel. Yeah, I love it because it's just so hardy. Like, it's thriving in this dark window, which is amazing. And then I guess lastly, we will talk about my Millsbow Tall. I do have a couple plants on the top. I don't know if I've really like mentioned my little setup here, but I do have a Plant Spectrum 16 there, giving light to my String of Hearts here, which is very, very long. And also my Hoya croniana. This is just like the regular splash one. This was blooming, but they're all dried off now. It was so gorgeous though, and I was so shocked to see that it was blooming in January. Like, wow, so cool. But yeah, okay, so in here, there's actually been a lot going in here lately. You'll see in my next video, the Planty Day in My Life video, I found spider mites in here. So yeah, that mame is honestly a spider mite magnet. It always has spider mites. It's like, look how rough it looks. Oh my goodness, the poor thing. Yeah, always has spider mites. So now some of the other surrounding plants have spider mites, and yeah, I need to treat this whole cabinet. Oh, I did move my Piper crocodum into here because I just kept forgetting. I was neglecting it way too much when it was on the windowsill in my bedroom. So here I'll actually like see it and keep up with the watering better, because I've almost killed it like 5 times now. Oh, this is very exciting. New leaf coming in on my Hoya chicken farm, which is one of my all-time favorite Hoya. Like, look at how big and beautiful the leaves get. I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, that'll be the first new leaf I've gotten since spring, I think, which is really cool. Probably because of the sulfur treatments. All my Hoya started growing after that, and my Anthurium too. This is one of my Anthurium seedlings. Forget what these are. I don't know why, I just can't remember Anthurium hybrids. But these are the ones that I grew from seed. This one's in soil. And then this is a something crystallinum. Oh, it's a crystal mag and luxurians, I believe. So sad that I unfortunately underwatered this when this new leaf was coming in, so it looks kind of wonky down here, but it's still beautiful, right? It's still hardening off. And then we have some of my exciting anthurium things going on up here. I think that this is just going to become an anthurium cabinet, honestly. I'm also going to be redoing this whole cabinet. I talk about that more in my next video as well, but I'm very excited for that. Anyways, this is my baby right here. I talked about this in my one of my last videos too. One of my plants that I really want to focus on for 2023. This is my Magnificum luxurians hybrid, and oh my goodness, I just like, this anthurium does something to me. It is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness, and this new leaf. Oh, I'm so excited. And then this is the other seedling. So I had 3 seedlings that I grew from seed. One of them I gave to a friend, and now I just have 2. This one is in pawn, and this is the newest leaf. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness, it is so gorgeous. And then the other one is down here in soil. Not doing as well, honestly, from the underwatering. But yeah, this plant was really suffering, this one in pawn. I'm guessing from flat mites, because after I did the sulfur treatment, I got this beautiful leaf, and this is the nicest, like, I have not gotten a leaf like this on any of the seedlings before, so I'm just so happy with that. Hoya caudata Sumatra has started growing for me again as well. I have a lot of baby leaves coming in on that gal. And what else? What else? Some plants are suffering up here. Serpents has not been happy this winter. Peperomia prostrata has not been happy, although I think it's like hanging on, which is good. Alocasia black velvet is like an empty pot at this point. Yeah, I've got my work cut out for me, you guys. I've really got my work cut out for me. Oh my goodness, my Begonia Dracopelta is blooming. I didn't even notice until now. Can you guys even see that through the Ziploc? Oh my gosh, how pretty. This is the second time she's bloomed for me. Oh my goodness, there's another one there. Oh, how cool. I won't disturb her, but yeah, wow. Cool. All right, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed walking through my plant collection and getting all of the updates. I hope that you're all doing so well. I hope that you're having a wonderful start to 2023 and enjoying your January. I'm so glad to be feeling better. Thank you so much for all of your well wishes and everything. Really, really grateful that my health has recovered and I can just get back to doing all the things that I love. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I would love to chat with you. Hit that subscribe button for more Plenty content. I also have bonus content on my Patreon if you are interested. I think I have almost 50 videos on there now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!